Dude, welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes. I'm your host, PC, and we got another great episode for you today. As always, it's usually just the two of us because the rest of the dudes are out doing whatever. Yeah. I heard that fake sickness from DK Stills might be going around. His,
I don't
his.
I don't know how he got sick from me from last week. I haven't been within 1,500 miles of him.
I don't know, man. He gave me like the same doctor's note with the same type of handwriting, so it was a little fishy, right? Like I don't. I'll let it go for this week, but it is fine. Howard did say he was finishing up a marine biologist quest out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, trying to discover more about the oceans for the humankind. He said he was just wrapping up there. Didn't find anything that exciting, but hopefully he'll be able to join us on the pod. But we do have the main man from way out west, our go-to guy, our Mr. Consistency. He was gone last week, but that is okay. We're gonna lead a solo pod. Main man from way out west. How is the last 2 weeks?
Pretty bad. Fun stuff with my other gig and coaching the high school squad. But professional sports have not done very well. This is probably gonna be the last time I wear this till about March, which sucks because it's gonna be cold pretty soon. But it's officially football season, so we'll give the Mets their little wait, what should I say? Uh, Mets, we got it from here, brother. See you in Valhalla. That's what we'll do. Little
Hey man, our team, the Royals, have been there for a minute. Welcome to the
Oh,
club.
geez. Yeah,
We
well,
don't
we
want
were
it
worried
anymore.
about them. And I heard, well, I was talking to my dad today about, like, I was like, oh, it's football season or whatever. And he goes, what about the Mariners? Man, I
If
mean,
anybody to win
good luck
though,
or
that'd be
whatever.
great. But
Not really.
you
No,
should
not
hear from it all your
particularly.
friends.
There's nothing good that happens with the Mariners World Series. There's something good that happens with like a Mariners NLCS run or ALCS, excuse
Yeah,
me.
what?
ALCS run would be cool. Like if the Mariners stretch out a series long enough, the chances of me getting a chance to go to a game get higher and higher,
True.
and that'd be fun. So just planting that seed,
Yeah, would you rather
and
have
then
them win or the Phillies win?
oh them definitely, but
That's
not
what I
by
would thought.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not by
I
a
hate
lot,
the
but the
Phillies.
Phillies.
No, and we'll get into
Yeah,
what
we'll get into
happens in the
baseball. We'll get
playoffs.
into
What
baseball.
I think will happen this postseason. But what else we have? We have football. Obviously, my boy AG behind me going nuts. That's a game that we lost
Yeah,
pretty handedly, I should say. And yeah, that kind of stunk. But JETS fight on.
to
Um,
help us somehow.
UFC lost money.
Me too.
Reyes.
Yeah, you got smoked. You
No.
got smoked.
Well,
Yeah,
come on, man.
what do you want, I guess.
Oldberg's a clown. But yeah, football, whatever. I mean, my fantasy team stinks, and the high school team's not all that good. But
Who knows?
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
you keep trucking along. I mean, what
yeah,
are you gonna do?
yeah,
Give up?
yeah. No, you
I
can't
mean,
really
come
do that.
on.
Eventually, hey, people that quit early never find the goal is always on the
Yeah,
next
but
little
it's been
bit.
my whole life. At what point am I just like a
Hey man,
masochist?
you're
Or
eventually
I
gonna
don't
get
know if that's
there
the
when
right
you're like
word. Don't test me, English.
60 to 70 years old, and you finally see it. Oh my God, the Jets won
Mm,
the Super Bowl.
I'll die.
How that will be great, huh?
Oh my
That'll be
gosh.
his last
It'll
moments on
never
Earth.
happen. I
He
know.
just watches the Jets win. It's
Dude.
P4's gone, guys.
And
He's
like I
gone.
live a long life. Like
Yeah. And
uh,
you're super healthy. You just had a checkup, and then the
there's
Jets
no
go.
way that I would like still be a sports guy, right? Like I love sports, but is there would I
Oh,
continue
I
like
don't know.
by the time I'm 70,
I
80, and like
probably
they're
will be. What
still
else are you
just
gonna
like,
do?
"Oh, who's the quarterback this year?"
What else are you gonna do with your life? Remember your kids
I
and
know,
stuff?
man.
There's no way at
Jeez.
that point you're gonna be that
Oh,
old. Yeah.
what the heck?
But yeah, let's
Just
talk a little
watching UCM
football.
baseball.
Yeah, we like doing that for sure. Let's talk a little football. We did have some great college football matchups that happened on Saturday and a Friday as well. Starting off, honestly, a huge upset with Florida State losing to Virginia. Now, did you see this clip of these fans going nuts after the game? Have you seen that clip?
Of who? Sorry,
them
I was
of
not
the
paying
of
attention.
Virginia is rushing the field after Florida
Oh,
State drops them,
immediately.
and you
Yeah, that
saw
was
how many
quick.
people trampled. Like I mean, like, and I like the rush the field.
Okay,
Dude, how
yeah,
do you
well,
get
that's
players off safely? I mean, like I know it's
they're
like
athletes.
they should be okay, right?
And
You would
and
think.
it always looks bad because you just lose it, right? The eye and how far away, and we're looking at cameras and a screen on a all this stuff. I mean, if someone gets hurt, like I don't know, did that come out? Did
I
anyone get
no
seriously
no one
hurt?
got hurt. I
I
hadn't
mean, yeah,
heard anything
it
of
looks
reports or anything.
crazy that like, oh, the DB he must have, but like he's an athlete. Come on, I mean that guy
And they're not
versus
probably
what the
they're running
fucking
they're running
the
around him. They're not
uh uh
trampling him.
what do you call it, the associate member of fucking
Yeah, the new
Kappa
the
Denu or
pledge of
whatever
Kappa
down
Delta
there.
Nu or
Yeah,
whatever, who's having
you're
his
like,
first
oh,
football
really? He's the
experience of
one
his
who took
life.
out Florida State's
Yep,
DB,
yep,
6'2", going to
yep,
the second round next year.
yep.
Yeah, but yes, I do think it's crazy, and yeah, you see the phones go out and all that kind of stuff, but also if those players, if right,
Right, you gotta flip the
right,
opposite
they're
side.
football
Yeah.
players, right?
Well,
Like
and also the flip side,
if
Virginia.
you
I
get
mean,
into
like
their stuff,
a great upset there, and like that's not a football
is it really
school.
an upset? This
Uh,
is like when we were talking about Kansas with last year, and we're like,
yeah,
oh, they're number one team, they fell again.
but I know, but like Florida State played really well, and this Bama win looks even better as we get to the Bama did win against Georgia this week, which is a huge
Kalen
win.
DeBoer, man,
Yeah.
he
So,
just
but like them
beats
losing to
Georgia.
Virginia is a pretty horrific loss there. It's not going to do too much as long as they play a huge matchup against Miami next week. Miami comes to Florida State. That's one of the top of the two ACC schools. Along Duke's actually playing pretty well. Georgia Tech's up there. There's a few schools up there that are playing pretty well, but just a loss on Friday night that you're not really expecting. Final double overtime loss. You know, you can bounce back. They still have plenty of time. They didn't. You know, they lose. That's a pretty crucial ACC loss. Now you can't lose again in the ACC at all this year to try and make a championship and make a playoff, especially being in the ACC. But just something to kind of look at a little bit there. We did get Arizona State beating TCU as well, 27-24. Big bounce back win for Arizona State after they took the loss. TCU looked like a really good team. They still look like a really good team, but Arizona State and Levette, they just got the better of TCU that night. If you go look at Saturday now, there were some huge matchups, some huge games. None bigger than Oregon going into Penn State on a whiteout. Like, you hear this all the time. Penn State's this good. Watch out for the whiteout. It's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. It may be the best atmosphere in college football. Like, Oregon's going to get smoked. This is their year. Drew Aller comes back. And they end up losing 30-24 in double overtime.
All right, Drew Aller, right?
Yeah.
And this is a tough one for me because my brain doesn't really work in the way that we can put in a way of a show, so I don't want to skip around too much. But Jackson Dart just won his debut today, and he's a guy who 100% should not be like. If you go by the book, you go by the. Sorry, I have the game on full volume. You got Jackson Dart, a kid who, if you go by the book, you go by the Bill Walsh standard, you got to get 30 starts in college. You got to sit for a full year in the NFL, maybe even 2. Then you do the Steve Young, Joe Montana. You got to have such a good quarterback to take over. And I mean, I was going to send the joke today or whatever that you're being such a pro Giants guy this year, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know where this is coming from.
Especially against the Chargers, I'm pro Giants, bro.
But you were like Russ, and then you took back Russ, and then you're like,
neighbors
oh,
on the
now
fantasy
it's
team. I don't know.
yeah. Well, oh well, yeah. Now what?
Yeah.
And that's that. And I mean, again, but like, I don't think injury news should come out unless it's game defining. If the guy's out, then he's out, and we'll talk about it in 2 days. But it's the same thing that happened after the A-Rod thing. It's the same thing that happened after the Justin Fields thing. When like I think he had like an ankle or something his first game, and I got a bunch of texts, and I was like, what the hell? Like, you unless it has to do with the game, I hate all these ex doctors. Just I know, but I digress. You got Drew out. Like, is there any good quarterback prospects? Lenore Sellers.
Yeah, Lenore. He's playing okay.
That kid Nico was supposed to be good, but then he did like
this
the thing, and then he joined a team.
Balled out. He's probably one of the best prospects.
Okay, but how many Oregon QB like?
Yeah.
And that
Is it
probably
a system
shows
thing,
up to a bigger
planning?
right. No, it is a system thing. They're college programs. So they're becoming college teams, but it's supposed to be a college
Dante's only
program.
a sophomore, so he can't even go to the draft.
Yeah, this year. I mean, and then you look and it's like
There's not
Niesmeyer or
really. I
whatever,
mean,
and you're like, oh,
Niesmeyer
they
and
lost, and I
Allen.
don't want to get to jump too much around, but it's crazy that these guys like he wins his debut, and they go against everything that we say, and Drew Aller has a bad game, and now I'm gonna write off Drew Aller, and he's gonna go off and be a Hall of Famer, and like what the heck, man, like. I don't know. I don't know if I really like the state of the game. Maybe it's just me and it's new and I'm scared and I don't want to learn new shit because it was like pretty easy beforehand. You're like, oh, of course Mahomes is going to be good. He sat behind Alex Smith. Of course Hurts is going to be good. He sat behind Tua, and then he sat behind Carson Wentz. Like there are all these different things that happen that like kind of. But now you're like, oh, Jackson Dart's just like gotten everything right
Right.
in his life, and you're like, well, so maybe we got to cool our jets on Jackson Dart a little bit, but Drew Aller, I mean, I thought this kid was supposed to be it. Like I was like, okay, this is going to be the guy. He's going to separate himself. He'll be the number one pick, whoever's picking number one, the Saints or whatever,
He
because we
didn't
know
play well
Arch
at
isn't coming
all.
out, but Arch didn't play good, and you're like, what the heck
Yeah.
with these college kids?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting. I was thinking, trying to run through some names. The Indiana Fernando Mendoza is really really good. He is. Let me just see if I can find his stats right now. It is
Who's the kid from
1,200
Nebraska?
yards. Raiola, I don't. Who knows? 16 touchdowns, one pick.
Okay,
QBR.
who against the Citadel 4 times?
No, they beat up on they just beat Iowa this week in a pretty big win, and then they
Okay,
killed Illinois by 63-10 or something like that last week. So they're 63-10. Yeah, so they've racked up some pretty big wins there. He's really really good. The Oklahoma quarterback, I don't remember what.
Booty.
Yeah, I think that's who it is. He's like their starter or whatever. I don't know if it's the starter. He got hurt.
Oh, thanks for bringing that up. Oklahoma State. I mean, Mike Gundy. Oh,
Yeah,
who's
gone.
that? Josh Jacobs. There we go, boy. Um, Mike Gundy is my like goat, dude. Like, what the heck?
I don't know what happened
Mike
over there at
Leach,
Oklahoma. Oklahoma State's
Gundy.
really, really
I'm a man. I'm 40. Oh my gosh, I wish in like the high school newspaper they print something.
good.
Uh,
See who the.
Whoever let this game out is garbage. The editor, garbage.
Oh, it's Mateer. It's first name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
John Mateer. Yeah, he
Mhm.
he's got 1,200 yards too. He's only got 6 touchdowns. He's got 3 picks. He didn't play last week, so that's kind of why. And I don't think he played the week before. That when they beat Auburn, I'm pretty sure. No, he did. But anyways, those are like kind of and then like Niesmeyer is still in conversation even though they lost, which we can get to here in just a second. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see. Oregon's defense is really good. I mean, Dante Moore is really good. He's only a sophomore, so he's got at least another year. But the Big Ten was supposed to be run
Oregon
through
fans,
Ohio
just get
State.
your hopes up. Just get your hopes up again.
They're always going to be like
I
that.
love it. I
It's
love it that
every
they're
time.
the one getting brought on this ride.
Every time, every time. A good win for them. The other really good one in that late window was Alabama beating Georgia 24-21, looking like a huge bounce back win, getting them back in the SEC, tops the SEC conversation. They ended up, they were up 24-7 at one point, and kind of let them come back into the game, and it was pretty heavily contested at the end there. But Alabama did end up getting the win. DeBoer did really good. Ty Simpson had 2 touchdowns, 276 yards. That's about it. Ryan Williams, of course, played really well. But yeah, I mean, like Alabama getting back on top. The SEC is kind of like crazy right now. They've got like probably, let's go check real quick. I think they've got like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the top 10, 6, 7, 8 in the top 15. That's pretty unbelievable for coming from a conference standpoint. But Georgia has time to bounce back. Stetson Bennett didn't play very well. They have a nice little game against Kentucky next week, and then they play at Auburn. So they've got, hopefully they should be able to rack up a few more wins. Bama has a bye week, and then they go play Mizzou, which I know a lot of people around my neck of the woods are excited for. I hope they get stomped. I hope Mizzou gets stomped into the ground by Alabama, but, it is what it is. But that was a pretty good win for Alabama. Nice bounce back. Keeps himself in SEC and college football playoff consideration with that win. The earlier games, LSU loses 19-24 to Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, his daughter, dating the linebacker. Doesn't matter. Going to show that man who's boss. Ole Miss, Trinidad, Chambliss had one touchdown and one pick with 314 yards. Garrett Niesmeyer had a touchdown and a pick. But again, we kind of been saying that, going back to that point you said, like, these top quarterbacks are not performing at the level that we've seen in recent years. Like you thought the Cam Ward and Shador Sanders thing last year was even like, I know that Shador ended up not going that high in the draft, but I mean, it was like those are the clear-cut guys. We don't really have those clear-cut guys quite yet that are going to really branch and try and be those Heisman Trophy candidates and everything like that. Everybody's they're playing decent, but they're not playing up to this high expectation everybody has on them. Ole Miss ends up going to fourth in the nation. Lane Kiffin's got some dogs over there. We'll have to see if LSU can have a comeback win. If Howard gets on before we get off this pod, we can see what his comments are on the game. But again, the SEC is packed. 5 teams in the top 10, 8 in the top 15. Pretty remarkable stuff there. Tennessee beat Mississippi State to beat the undefeated Mississippi State Bulldogs. That was a really good classic game, back and forth. That quarterback you could probably put in that conversation. Joe Aguilar, he's actually played really well throughout for Tennessee. His stats currently are 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 5 picks. So he's got more on the interception side, but he's beating everybody else by 200 yards a game. Or not a game, 200 yards total. So definitely a guy you consider for that Heisman Trophy. We can go look at this Heisman Trophy watch here after we get through all of the games. Think that was basically the biggest ones. Ohio State dominated Washington, but Ohio State is just really, really good this year. Georgia Tech stays undefeated as Howard joins the conversation here. Illinois gets a big win over USC, bounce back after a big loss to Indiana. And then Notre Dame beat the brakes off of Arkansas, which is pretty cool to see. So, Howard, you got connection here? You going good?
Yes,
Cool.
I
So we just
am
want to
going.
know, before you talk about your day and everything, we just went over LSU. What were your initial thoughts on the loss that you took from Ole Miss?
Can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, for LSU, man, this I told a few people was like the week. I think the game where I was like, this is where we're gonna find the real LSU, because the Florida game didn't look bad. I mean, our defense is absolutely insane. I think regardless of this result for sure. But yeah, everyone was like the Ole Miss game. The Ole Miss team looks ready, and I mean Lane Kiffin's always got an offense that even if they don't have a good quarterback, they're gonna get points. So you just got to be ready for that. And Trinidad Chambliss, the transfer from Ferris State University, killed it in that game in the second half, at least. The first half, LSU defense was doing its thing, looking insane. But I think we have a Garrett Nussmeier problem for sure. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I still see him as a second-round talent. Literally, if he can tweak like 3 things, he makes so many good throws. But he still has a problem of under pressure just throwing off the back foot, and it costs us this game. And I don't know if he's still hurt or something. I just feel like if that's the case, then maybe he should know to sit a game, or Brian Kelly should at least have a talk with him. I have no idea, but the offense is not good. I mean, even besides Nussmeier, the play calling is just so conservative, which is just it takes forever for us to go down the field. And I mean, it feels like 2008 LSU all over again, where everyone was like, the defense, Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, like all the defense. Mansour Delane is insane corner. You got DJ Pickett, an insane corner as well. So many I could go on, but we get to the offense and it's just like it's the same mediocre but really good team we had back in like 2008 when we were playing Bama like by field goal games and stuff, being the top two teams. Like, I don't know. I think that LSU still looks pretty decent. It is unfortunate that they really couldn't pull out this game, but I do think the better team just won at this very moment. I really hope Nussmeier gets healthy, or we at least start Van Buren a game, or I don't know what's going on. Because if this is just a Nussmeier we're going to get all season, he's just declining, which sucks. In a big year for him, obviously. He was projected #1 pick in a couple mock drafts. So, like, it's pretty crazy. Like, he's not shown anything of that, in my opinion, this year. Yeah, that too. But, I mean, we'll get to that.
They'll probably still pick him.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, he might do it. Just fucking, it's my son. But yeah, no, it's hopefully Nuss turns it around. It's still like just getting to the middle of the season, so long season to go, especially playoff wise. We were ranked 4th. I'm not 100% sure where we dropped after today, but I don't know. P4 or PC, could you?
I'm pretty sure.
8th?
Let me look real quick. I'm pretty sure.
If we're top 10, I would gladly take that. Because yesterday was just, we got outmatched for sure. I mean, the defense looked great, but we can't win defense every game.
13.
Well, it's kind of
That's
like
not
you were
bad.
saying,
That's not
like back
bad.
in the day, like there's not really that #1 team either. So like that's, you guys are hanging in it by proxy because you guys are underperforming, but everybody's kind of almost underperforming.
I mean, yeah, Penn State, and yeah, well, I mean, they lost to Oregon, which I think is a pretty good team. And then you had Georgia, which, I mean, Bama, who knows? But
Yeah.
we could definitely see with Vanderbilt. But yeah, overall, LSU, I still think they got it. I'm excited for the rest of the season, but I don't like our offensive coordinator. Hopefully, Brian Kelly really keeps his team just linked throughout the year, and we at least pull a Bama win. I think if we win the game against Bama, they beat Georgia, so I'll take that big win still this season, even though they lost that Florida State game. If we win that game, I think we're back on track. Just got to stick it through till then. We got a tough schedule coming up, but still staying faithful. Hopefully, this is not Brian Kelly farewell tour in the bad way.
For sure. Quickly talk Kansas a little bit, just because that's kind of the team that played. For my personal end, 37-34 loss. I mean, the offense looked awesome. Jalen actually looked like a good quarterback. I love our offensive coordinator. I think they've got some great plays. Our defense is horrible. They're bad. It doesn't. You let look 34 points. You should be winning games. You should be winning games if your offense puts up 34 points. You should win games. And they continued to not get a stop when we needed it, especially the last drive of the game, and go all the way down the field. Had to score a touchdown to win, and they just choked. I know K-State would have way more of a blow-up than I will about this. This is kind of stuff that we've come to be used to here over for our football team. I was high hopes, hoping maybe the Big 12 was kind of down, maybe KU would be able to slip in, maybe get into a championship. Doesn't look like that's going to happen this year. I'm a very optimistic fan, obviously. I'm hoping for a bowl win. We do have we're going to UCF next week. We should be able to win that game. UCF lost to K-State, which K-State is worse than KU this year. But that's a pretty bad loss and a very telltale sign of what needs to be fixed. And it's the defense. It's figuring out how you're going to stop anybody from doing anything. Like, you can't give up that many points. Like, it's just that simple. So we'll wait and see. I'm hoping, I'll be happy. I want them to obviously go as far as they can and maybe do really well. If we have an 8-4 season, I won't be mad. We didn't make a bowl last year. We were 5-7. Last few years have been okay. The years before that, they didn't win a game or maybe won one against an FBS school. Like, it's on the ups. The money's coming in. It should be okay. We're on a contender now. I don't see us a contender in the next few years, but maybe something will build to a potential where maybe they're at the top of the Big 12 and actually competing in the playoff. But I think they've got a lot more work to do. They got a lot more recruiting to do. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's just a waiting game here.
Big donation coming.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, exactly. Hopefully, we can get some dogs in there for that with that money. So, but let's go move on to the NFL, the actual professional football league, kind of. Is college a professional football league now?
Depends on the team.
Yeah, exactly, right? So let's talk Thursday night football real quick here. The Seahawks overcome the Cardinals 23-20. The Cardinals, you kind of see this continual thing. They always lose by like 3 points. Like, it's not like they usually get blown out, but they're always blowing leads. They're always making the one wrong move that costs them the game, that sets up the other team. We'll have to wait and see. They're 2-2, but Seahawks look all right. They're 3-1 now. That NFC West is kind of up in the air because Jacksonville beat the 49ers, so we'll have to wait and see. But any thoughts from the dudes about the Seahawks and the Cardinals?
Seattle, man? Question mark?
I think the Seahawks look really good. This Mike McDonald character is like one of the better younger head coaches, rookie head coaches I think we've seen take over a team in recent years. He did pretty good last year with Geno, and Sam's looking pretty good. And we've talked about it, but it's absolutely ridiculous that Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. I still have 2 of his jerseys.
Kevin O'Connell, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's got it with Wentz, but
yeah,
still,
but, I mean,
2 for 2 before that with Daniel Jones. I mean, continue.
Yeah, that's like a game, and he's a good coach as well. They're kind of making it work. Dallas is going for 2. What the heck? Oh no, that's a touchdown. Yes, for Mike McDonald, I think the Seahawks are doing pretty good. Those Thursday games are tough from like a game plan perspective. It is an opponent that you've seen before with the NFC West. I think the Cardinals jerseys looked better on the field than the pictures of them. Not saying that there are great jerseys. I think if they were to be like a solid color, like if they didn't do that extra shit, they would have been super nice.
Yeah, the tortilla is not noticeable like on the field. Like it's not.
And the red's cool. Like
color,
everything else
yeah.
that they got going on is cool. And like even if you want to do like something a little, right, switch up the
I think
texture
that's how it works
a
with
little
so
bit.
much stuff, though. Like you
But,
look
like,
at it up
not
close, you're like,
that.
whoa.
Yeah.
But like when you look at it on the field, it's like, okay,
I
it
was
doesn't look
talking
that
about this,
bad, you know?
and what did I see this in? Was it the college? It might have been the Seahawk game. But super slow-mo has to be gone in reviewing plays in sport because it makes everything look like everything. But I was watching one of those games and it's like, oh my god, of fucking course if you quadruple slow-mo. Now I get it for like whatever, like the tennis and the balls and strikes, you want that to be precise. But if we're doing like human movement and we fucking start looking at every muscle fiber, and has anyone ever thought to that certain extent, other than maybe what Ocho Cinco says on podcasts about how well they're moving their own body? Like it's kind of right up in the air.
They did, yeah. Like to the naked eye, oh no, like it's not catch, and it's like, oh yeah, it's a catch, but like what in the world? Like, yeah, it's such a thing.
Super
Yeah.
slow-mo stuff is kind of crazy.
But I think the Seahawks look real good. Cardinals are going to Cardinal. I do like that MHJ had that like really awesome catch, like really good catch right over Devon Witherspoon. I don't know what's going on with Woolen. I saw something that they might be trading him or something. I don't know. Tennessee. But oh Jesus.
I'd see our cornerbacks aren't even that bad, but yeah, Seattle does have a decent core, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Witherspoon, man. He's a ball. But MHJ had the good catch
Yeah.
because, stuff happens, and I'm a wide receiver guy, and BTJ's having a rough season, and all these wide receivers or whatever. But, I mean, come on, guys. These guys are all freaking athletes. They know how to go up and catch a football, make it look good. But, yeah, I'm a fan of what the Seahawks are doing, and I think the Rams are probably going to get hurt pretty soon. That's just about due almost to October. So, Yeah, I think they're probably the favorites in the NFC West right now.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, of course, on all of that. But yeah, well, I think that the Seahawks are going to be pretty good this year as well. So we had the one game across the pond. By the way, ESPN fantasy football. Can we get updates on like if someone's going to be out, like maybe 5 minutes before?
Yeah,
the game?
dude, that was
Like,
so
like
goofy,
I woke up to your
bruh.
text in our group chat. You said, "Oh, Jalen Warren, I'm in a different fantasy team." I'm like, "Oh, I started him too."
Yeah, bro. I looked at like 9, 10 a.m.
I
I'm
was up
like
till like 2 last night
down,
watching
and
the
like I went
movie.
from like
I was
100.
like, it's fine. It's not gonna matter. Like, he's in, and he's saying it's fine. And then of course, I was like,
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. I mean, maybe he was wearing white socks. I heard that if you wear white socks at a bar in Ireland, you could potentially get jumped because that's like offensive to
And
some
that is pretty
groups of
crazy
people.
that they let them go. One of them.
So, yeah, Skylar Thompson getting jumped. Hopefully he doing good. I mean, obviously he's just got jumped and he's probably in some damn pain. But yeah, I mean, at least he can rest, you know. But yeah, yeah. Anyways, continue for the actual
Yeah,
game.
Steelers
That
ended
was
up
pretty
winning
nuts.
24-21, back and forth style of game. Wentz just couldn't quite get it done. The Vikings are hoping that JJ could get back here soon so they can get back on track with all this stuff. Pittsburgh, though, I know P4 is not too happy seeing Aaron do all right, but they're 3-1. It is what it is. They'll probably end
They're
up
doing
being
whatever.
the same mid team that they always are. So.
That first down point was so funny.
Oh, from A-Rod. Dude, I was so asleep. Jets weren't even playing at 10 a.m. today. I stayed up so late last night watching a film of our scouting our opponent. We got a game coming up this Friday, but yeah, I was not worried at all about football today. I watched the games. I saw some cool stuff happen, but yeah, A-Rod at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I was not waking up that
Yeah.
early for
The only New York team that didn't really let anybody down in active season today.
Yeah.
Think about that. Jets got away with it.
Yeah.
Probably the only reason I'm still breathing. If the Jets lost today to the Dolphins, oh my gosh. Yeah,
So
give
that
me
was
a day,
interesting
please.
Guys, I
game
can't
there.
make it.
Interesting game there in the upper
Yeah.
Dublin. We'll see if that comes back, especially the whole jumping thing. Who knows? But it was kind of a cool atmosphere, kind of cool to see. The noon games were cool. I'm just gonna kind of run through them, and then you guys kind of give your highlights of this window here. Commanders ended up losing 34-27. Bijan, really great game. Bills beat the Saints 31-19. The Lions ended up destroying the Browns 34-10.
Chris Olave threw a pick.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. The Panthers lost to the Patriots 42-13. Really big game for New England. Really weird to see Carolina go and do really well against the Falcons and then get destroyed by the Patriots. Who knows what's going on over there? And the Giants beat the Chargers. Thank goodness. Chiefs can maybe come back in the AFC West and win
Joe
again.
Alt,
Let's
man.
go. That's a
Was Joe Alt the MVP of the league? That when he went down, I mean,
it went sideways.
Herbert was running for his life.
Yep. And then
Crazy.
the final one, or no, excuse me, there's two more in this opening segment, right? Was, the Eagles and the Bucks. Eagles won 31-25 in an instant classic. And then, of course, Howard's Titans did not put up a touchdown or any points at all.
A point.
Didn't give
A
up
point.
No.
One
one of the
point.
Greatest, one of the
I mean,
greatest
it
quotes.
honestly looks
Quotes
like the
from
high
Cam-
school team
Cam
I'm
Ward.
coaching.
Gotta
It's
keep
pretty
it up-
bad, dude.
gotta
I'm
keep it
sorry.
up,
It's
we're ass.
awful.
With NFL talent, like it's good players.
No,
Sorry,
no,
sorry.
no, 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 no,
Keep
no,
it
no,
up,
no.
we're ass.
Not
I
that
don't
far.
even. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can, if whatever game you kind of want to look at a little bit, I'll throw some comments in there. That was the morning slate. But, I mean, Tennessee, we start with Tennessee.
Aziz Al-Shair.
Old fucking guy too, and he just clocked Cam. Oh my God. Continue. Sorry, PC.
No, you're good. No, that was it for the morning slate that we had. The afternoon slate.
Oh, okay, recap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what-
God.
What's like? We can talk. You talk about the Titans, and then whatever P4 can give whatever he sees on. I can give a little bit of my takeaway from it, but I didn't want to go game by game. Just kind of hit their highlights on what you kind of thought. from the morning slate first.
Yeah, a few things from what I saw. It was a pretty good morning slate, actually. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on. The Bucks and Eagles was pretty fun. Baker and all them were getting back into it. I mean, Jalen Hurts really didn't do anything in the second half. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, that was a pretty crazy game. Then you got the Chargers.
They did the
Jackson
fake tush
Dart
push
debut.
thing.
Yeah,
Finally, like
that one.
I mean, come
eh.
on, that play was coming at some point. They
Yeah,
were waiting
that
for
was.
that one.
I knew it was coming. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy that they would even finally just somehow do it. But yeah, that was an insane kind of game to start the morning. And then well yeah, Jackson Dart debut was I think impressive. I think he did pretty good when he was on the field. Like from what I saw, I was like, okay, this guy's gonna be in the league for a while. Like that first drive, I thought he commanded that very smoothly. I thought it went down. I was like, okay, this guy's got some talent already, which is crazy. Like people thought he wasn't ready at all. So I thought he did pretty good first game. Obviously got the dub. So we'll probably see Jackson, I assume, next week. But yeah, because he went out in the game for a little bit.
Yeah, that was weird. I think it was his hamstring. It was kind of getting pulled, was getting tight, something like that. I think that's why Russ came in.
Okay, yeah, again, he just like went back in, but you
Yeah,
know,
so I think he was just kind of testing, getting the feel for it. And they were like, well, we don't want our future to be done.
yeah. Because I remember I just was like, oh yeah, he's doing pretty good. And I saw him like going off the field, like, oh my god. But at least like he went back for the Giants fans' mental sake because poor neighbors. Rest in peace, man. Hopefully he comes back soon.
I don't
Tough,
we're not
tough, tough,
medical
tough.
examiners, and P4 kind of mentioned this earlier. We're not the guys like the expert. We don't know 100% until it officially comes out. But well, the way it looked, the injury looked, the way everything went down, it looks like
Very awkward.
A
Very
potential
awkward.
ACL tear to yes.
Yeah, he'll bounce back though. He's got that game mentality. So I mean, it just sucks that he can't really do anything for Dart and stuff's kind of first go at it. But yeah, I thought it was a really good win. The Chargers struggled at times, but Herbert I thought was still making crazy throws. I mean, I really
Yeah,
can't. I know everyone's like,
always like fighting for his life every time he snapped up.
yeah. I mean, he was literally like, it seemed like he was getting hit in the stomach like almost half his passes.
Saying that, but like,
Yeah.
And who's their D coordinator now? It's not
Set.
Martindale anymore.
Oh, shoot. You
But
would
whoever
probably
it
know.
is, he's
Quirrell.
using those three edge rushers very creatively. Like he'll just line one of them up at
Yes,
Mike
I
and then
agree.
just let him do whatever he wants and just kind of run stunts. It's really impressive what they've got.
Shane
And three
Bowen.
good edge rushers. Shane Bowen, yep. So
Wow,
yeah.
Shane Bowen, yeah.
he's still doing stuff.
Huh.
And yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's cool. I want Dart to succeed. I think, but I don't think it was yeah.
Shane Bowen.
Yeah, I want them to succeed, I guess, but without neighbors, it's going to be tougher. I mean, Wandell Robinson has somehow continued to be like a wide receiver 3 in fantasy the last like 5 years, very quietly. Like he's a pretty decent wide receiver, but I don't know about number one. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. The Bucks game was cool. I thought the Lions looked dominant. Keyshawn Judkins looked really good for the Browns, actually, against a really good defense. The Panthers are weird. Don't understand.
Rookie
what's
running
going
backs
on
coming to
over
play
there.
now.
I was glad to see the Chargers lose.
This was a day I did not like the Bryce Young.
I was glad the Chargers lost.
I think Bryce Young did like pretty.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
Like
on over there.
there were some throws because McMillan was like there were 3 attempts where McMillan's like back like this and it's like come on you got to put touch on that ball, which yeah. Pretty tough
great
day
morning
for
slate
Bryce.
there. Let's talk a little afternoon slate. I'll give a little Chiefs rundown and let you guys kind of talk these other 3 games, but or excuse me, 3 games or 2 games? No, it's 3 games. So the Colts ended up losing to the Rams in an instant classic kind of game, 27-20. Late game pick kind of seals it from Daniel Jones. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the 49ers 26-21. Jacksonville is 3-1. It's kind of questioning. Are they kind of back in the AFC? Who knows? And the Bears get a late field goal block to win against the Raiders 25-24. Bears 500. Kind of looking like maybe a little bit something. Maybe. Probably not. But, you know, who doesn't like to get the Chicago fans going, thinking this is our year, we're coming back, and then they collapse. Kind of reminds me of
G&T 3
another
touchdowns.
another franchise specifically. But then the Chiefs had a great and dominant win over the Ravens, 37-20. It was just a complete domination by Kansas City. What are your guys' thoughts on the afternoon slate? And then I'll give my KC stuff.
Definitely want to say if John Harbaugh was not blessed with having Lamar Jackson occasionally, not today for sure, but occasionally just going and really saving the day and just going and making plays, he would get the Mike Tomlin treatment way faster, I feel like, than Mike Tomlin himself. Because I just feel like with the defense, they've gone through like 3 different coordinators, and they're not bad. I mean, you got McDonald out in Seattle, that's pretty decent. That being said, though, it's like it just feels very repetitive. Like I feel like I've watched the same Ravens defense for a decade, and like the players on the team aren't doing bad. I think they're just getting figured out. I think they're playing the same, and if you watch Ravens like tape on defense and like all 22, everything is so similar, and they're getting burnt in like certain spots, just like the tape, and also being able to get on the outside and beating certain guys. Like it just seems like they're getting more found out every week on defense. And when Lamar Jackson's having a bad day like today, they ain't gonna win if that defense is spiraling out of control for sure. Like it puts it at 0 chance by halftime, like it did today to me, honestly. Like they just looked lifeless. It looked like the worst half for the Ravens, and they've had a rough season, and looked like the best half for the Chiefs, which I think had a decent day. Like I'm not really taking away anything from them. I think that was one of the more Chief-like
Worthy
wins.
makes a
Yeah.
huge difference. Such a
Yeah, for sure. When you can get separation on that field just by speed alone, I think that's huge. And that's definitely what they got today. And making good plays, coming up with clutch plays, no big drops or anything, from what I saw at least. But yeah, I thought Chiefs played great ball and Ravens did the exact opposite. And it's kind of getting repetitive just with the same, like, same stuff, same like aggressiveness, but now they're just like finding the spots that are not doing good for the Ravens right now. So I think the clock is really ticking on John Harbaugh. I think that was actually mentioned during the Sunday night pregame show, which was interesting to me. But I think that he's definitely not being looked at good. I mean, if they get another loss, it's definitely going to be, is this it for John Harbaugh, at least NFL level? Who knows, though? But I thought good win by Chiefs, yet a terrible loss for the Ravens.
Before, did you see anything in that afternoon slate at all? Any types of takeaways?
I kind of mentioned the G&T 3 touchdowns. Um, I didn't see the Ravens game because I was watching the Mets, but I guess that kind of stunk. I like seeing the Chiefs lose every once in a while, but just enough to keep you guys hanging on. I get
Also,
it.
kind
I
of,
like
it'll
it.
continue probably a little in the Sunday night part, but what about the like blocked field goals this season? There have been
Block
an
punts too.
insane, yeah.
Smallest special
I mean, there have
teams.
been insane amount of block punts. Field like the field goals. I feel like there's at least like once per
Maybe
slate a block
with
field goals happening.
the special team rule changes, teams are spending more time working on that
Strategizing.
special team,
It's
right?
come into a
Teaching the
big
new
factor
special
in
team.
a lot
And now
of
they have
big
less
games.
time to worry about field goal blocks and that kind of stuff. There's also some good athletes. Like, just for example, the Jet one, like, that was just like Will McDonald jumping over guys.
Right, there's good
So, like,
athletes.
I don't know how much of that
You
is
don't have
like,
like gunners and
"Oh,
everything like that that are taking a huge part, and also in like other, they can make a big impact
right. And like
actually
now
in like
teams like
bigger
wide
moments.
receivers 1 through 5 are getting 3+ targets a game. Like it just football's so much weirder now. Like there's not true special teamers for per se. The Jets had one McCraley Ball, and he was just put on IR, but now he's a starting linebacker. So like you get these good special teams guys, and I don't know. There's some really good special teams coaches in the NFL. It's the third forgotten facet. I don't know the exact numbers if it is
I
up
do
or it's
appreciate
just
John Fossil. Honestly,
yeah.
one thing about that
Fossil's the
team,
famous one.
Fossil's
But
nice.
there really is truly some good guys out there, and that's the facet that's forgotten about. That's where a lot of big plays happen and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it is weird. I don't know if it has to do with the rule change, because I mean that was an issue that we had in high school, because the rule hasn't changed in high school, but like the kids are worried about it, and it's like, well, cross that bridge when we get there. But it is a talking point. I mean, a whole different play has been added into football.
Yeah, for sure. We'll go quickly through the Chiefs stuff. I know we got to kind of get going here a little bit, kind of try to keep this pace going because sometimes we kind of rant, which is cool. Thank God K-Stell's not on here. We'd be here till 12:30. But the Chiefs played really well. Chiefs, they kind of controlled the game from start to finish. What really helped the Kansas City Chiefs was Worthy, but then also Roquan Smith did not play for the Ravens. They were missing pretty big pieces on the defensive line, so Patty kind of always had a pocket, wasn't really pressured too much. They didn't really use Derrick Henry that much. It kind of got down, and then Lamar got frustrated after he got 2 picks or whatever, and kind of like seemed like to kind of give up on the game. Like after he threw the second pick, like he's like, oh, they're throwing his. I mean, like you see players throw their helmets and they make a mistake, but he does it like 2 or 3 times in a row, and you could just tell he's frustrated. And then now he's got a hammy issue, so now they're gonna pull him out, and bring Cooper Rush in the fourth quarter, where you're down 30-13. But if you've been watching football recently, I mean, the Eagles came back from that. I mean, you had you score 1 to 2 drives. I mean, you haven't saw the Chiefs' offense all day, but you don't know. It just seemed like Lamar kind of gave up and quit a little bit. I mean, maybe it was an injury, and if that's the case, cool, you could put that into consideration. But Lamar, they're kind of, people are starting to realize you just put a QB spy on Lamar. Just say, hey, just make sure this guy doesn't leave. Like if he's going out of the pocket, you take him out, and they play game man coverage or zone after behind him or whatever, and he can't seem to figure out the man spy quite yet.
Yeah, I definitely also think that kind of factors in what I said about Harbaugh earlier in terms of like just questioning his coaching ability because like this team, Derrick Henry last week, Lamar today, and then the first week they just look frustrated too. Like this team weekly now, it just looks so out of sort, and it looks like everyone is just pissed. Like I don't see all the dancing. This team does not like Lamar back when they were really killing it. Was dancing on the sidelines against the Rams. Now, I mean, he's just pissed, obviously, because he's losing. But like, it just seems like the vibe, like the culture is just not
they're
there
at
at
a low
all.
point. 1-3 is not where they expected the season to go. If they
It's
beat
got to
the
turn
Bills,
like
if they beat the
ASAP.
Bills in week 1 and
Yeah.
don't fumble the ball away in 2 games, they could easily be, they could have been a 3-0 team going into this week, and they just had some really bad bounces go their way. And that vibe comment's really interesting and seems very valid because it seems like they're 1-3, and it's like you've got all the season left. Like there's 17 weeks. Of
Everyone right now just seems like they can't solve a puzzle
Yeah,
that's right
it's
in
like-
front of their face.
Yeah, it's like you kind of see some teams figuring it
Just
out.
you wait for AG tomorrow night.
Oh, jeez. Oh. We'll see how big of a puzzle that's gonna be for them. But yeah, the Chiefs get a good win. We're 2-2. We were really
Romeo
daunting.
Dobbs. See, I mean, how many wide receiver 2s are the Packers gonna have?
They always.
On
Romeo
their
Dobbs, does he
roster.
have 3 touchdowns tonight?
He had a
They're
huge
like
catch
the better
beginning of the
Titans.
game, but
That's his 3rd touchdown of the day.
yeah,
Now,
oh
Romeo Dobbs is
LaFleur,
gonna be picked up on the
gosh,
waiver wire.
I'm saving
and
that
get,
for
like,
my
2
final
picks.
thoughts, man.
He's gonna get two points a game for you now. This was his big blow up, and everybody's gonna get him off waivers. Oh my
Dobbs,
God,
yeah,
Dobbs is good. No, he's not. But, yeah. Anyways, the Chiefs had a good win. Big daunting schedule coming up. They play the Jags next, and then they play the Colts, and then they play the Broncos.
I think we play right before Christmas.
We play the Jags, the Lions, the Raiders, which are okay, the Commanders, and then at Buffalo. So that's our next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So a difficult schedule, not crazy. We should be able to beat the Raiders.
Do the Commanders play tomorrow? Do they have a bye this week?
No, they lost.
No,
to
they
the
faced Falcons. Lost.
in
Penix balled.
Yeah, Bijan.
Oh,
Penix
really?
balled on him today.
Yeah.
hmm
Yep.
I like
Jeez,
Penix's
that-
performance today.
Like I said, I didn't even check today. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Mariota start?
Yeah, he did start. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because Daniels did not play. So, this Sunday night football game is coming down to the wire here. Big touchdown throw by Jordan Love. They had a nice comeback. Romeo Dobbs, 2 touchdowns. The Cowboys actually look pretty decent. Pickens is
It
kind of
looked like they were getting their ass whooped at first.
I
and
know
then,
they
like
were
I
the
just
first
saw, I
full-
looked
first-
up and it was
the first
16
full half,
to
and then they
13.
blocked no,
5
block.
catches.
Blocked extra
3
point,
touchdowns.
and
Blocked
took it
extra
back.
point, took it back, and then I think it was a late pick or something like that. I can't remember. It was a pick or a fumble. It was a fumble. Jordan Love threw the ball and he got fumbled out, and they recovered it and turned it to 14 or 16-13 going into half. So that's when the real momentum started for them. So we'll have to wait and see.
Does Adonai Mitchell have small hands?
I think so. I think that's his real problem. I can't believe people do that. Like, I mean, you're like,
This is the Duke.
How much money are you getting paid?
I'm
You're
not
gonna
losing this
drop the
thing.
ball.
What?
I mean, they're
Boy put it out of his
so
one hand and he
devil's
fell out of
advocate.
it, and then oh.
You should make those catches, and Alik Iomaner had a couple today. But sometimes, I mean, they're just body catches.
Touches.
Oh, well, as long as we're comparing him to someone is...
Wait, what? Anyways,
Yeah.
he had a couple
if
drops.
we're using Alik and the Titans as our study case... or
What do
as
you
our- as our
mean?
control
Alik is
group,
great.
Hey, he's a good
What?
player. He actually
Sure.
has the only touchdown in 4 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, you're going to
This
give me that
isn't
much.
good for you.
Yeah, dude, it's so bad. I can't do this for my mental health at the NFL, man. It's so bad. Anyways, I think it was with the Cowboys. It's just crazy how fast the tide changed in this game. From what I saw, I just kind of looked on the scoreboard, and I don't know, man. The Cowboys are the Cowboys going to compete this year? Like not for a title, but like for a playoff spot?
No.
You don't think?
No, Phil is going to own that division, and I think the Commanders
Sure.
didn't have Daniels, haven't looked great. They'll get better. I think they're still a better team than the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have a lot of defensive problems. Their offense looks
I
nice
agree.
on paper. Like it looks nice. Like you got CD, George
Yeah.
Pickens, you got Javonte Williams.
Pickens had
pretty
a
good.
crazy catch.
Ferguson,
That was nuts.
It looks great, but like they suck. Like they just suck. Like that's just how it is. Like I mean, even if they beat the Packers here, maybe you say a little bit differently about it. But who knows? Oh, we got 2 Monday night games. Obviously the Jets play Miami. That'll be a contest of the defeatless. And they will end up seeing who gets the first one in the score column between those two teams. And then we've also got another kind of average, okay, mid-game, the Bengals versus the Broncos. It'd be better if Joe Burrow was playing for the Bengals, but obviously he's not. Denver should be able to handle that one pretty easily, but we'll have to wait and see. Before you want to give a prediction for the Jets game tomorrow, and then we'll move
Jets
on
win.
to some playoff.
Zach Wilson plays a snap.
Wow. Great insights there for the main man from Way Out West as usual. Let's go on to and
Prize picks plus 350 same game parlay. Use code Dudes in Sports.
That'd be great.
That's fine.
College football or college basketball corner 3 will be coming back next week. We'll be doing my top 25 and my top 25. We'll be doing picks 25 or rankings 25 through 20 next week. And the dudes kind of react to whatever. We do kind of have my top 5 already talked about. Not really too much change up at the top there, but maybe we'll add a little spice there and see if the dudes will have the top 5 as well. But let's talk, and I know this is a really difficult subject, especially for one person in particular. The MLB playoffs are starting here this week. Nick Howard and my team have been out since a whole week. The Mets controlled their own destiny. Caleb Short, main man from Way Out West, you can talk about it. There's got to be a rant somewhere in there about this New York Mets team.
Well, go to Frank the Tank's Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, he's a great reference for anything.
Yeah, and you watch him, and then you go, you know what? At least I'm not him, and then you feel a little bit better about yourself, and you can keep chugging along. But yeah, I mean, is it one of the biggest collapses we've seen in recent memory, and does it feel that way? Yes to the first question, not so much to the second question. It was such a slow death. It was death by 1,000 paper cuts. By the time you got to the point where it was like, oh my gosh, the Mets need to take 2 of 3 from the Marlins to make the playoffs, you start thinking, well, do we really necessarily deserve to be in the playoffs then? So
lost 2 of 3, and that's like
right,
it's one of those
and we
things I
had the
saw at least
bottom
on
of
like
9
Mets social media
bases
was like,
loaded. Yeah, I
do
mean,
we
there's a
want this?
screenshot. Brandon Nimmo is up to bat, bottom of 9, bases loaded, tie game, 1 out. We lose that game. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Edwin
there was
Diaz
someone I
is.
saw. It
I
was
mean, my
like it
sister
felt
was
like I put
telling
away
me.
a sick horse. Which
Yeah,
like
I
I don't
mean,
know if that's how you feel.
yeah, it's. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, it's tough because what are you gonna do as far as okay, how do you improve? Like,
You
okay,
make
look at the
yeah.
team, look at the puzzle pieces in front of you. How what you buy another $500 million player? Who is that? Who is the guy that's available? It's going to turn this team. What more do you need? We are on the 5-year anniversary this offseason of Cohen buying the team. And that night, he did say, I'm hoping to win a World Series in 3 to 5 years, appear in one sooner than that. And if I don't, I will feel like that is not a success or something along those lines. That's not verbatim. But yeah, me too. Like, it's not like I'm like sitting here scheming against the Mets. So, yeah, I don't know if you keep Mendoza. I like Mendoza. I think he's a cool guy or whatever. Beatty is the top 5 third baseman in the National League. Jordan Walker doesn't count. He's a left fielder.
He will be
no,
off the team,
no,
and that's
no.
another conversation by
Uh,
next season.
no, yeah, you guys got a couple months to figure out who's going to play outfield for both of your teams. But I don't
New
know what the Mets are
GM?
We
going to do.
don't
I mean,
have we don't
probably
have outfield
Sterling
spots.
Marte is going to be on one of your guys' 2 teams next year. I don't know which one, but Sterling. Yeah,
We
Sterling
need
Marte.
that. That would be fine.
Get
Compared
He
to
will
the
not
guys
be
in
on.
our
Nootbaar
outfield right
replacement.
now. Are you kidding me? Sure, I'll take him. I'll
Pitching,
take him.
just
And
get
I
a
like
cheap
Marte.
outfield bat.
Oh, jeez. But instead, we're gonna have Jared Young, Cedric Mullins. He might be a St. Louis Cardinal next year. Hey,
He can
let's try
hit
it.
better than
Yeah,
Victor Scott. Oh
I think
shoot!
he batted
Shouldn't have
under
said that.
200 as a Met. I think that's true.
Dude, yeah.
What are you
Uh,
gonna say something about
Well, no,
Bush
like it's
Stadium compared
ridiculous
to
when you
City
have
Field and
a
how the
good,
light comes off
like
the?
a good defensive center fielder. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
this guy's awesome. But when you're at the plate, you're
Oh,
like,
like
come
Jose
on,
Siri?
again.
No, Jose
Yeah.
Siri is going to be the starting center field. Jose Siri had by far the worst stretch I've ever seen a baseball player have in center field. Like it
I
was
was
rough,
like,
and I'm
dang,
not
I
saying
feel
he's a
bad for the
bad guy.
boy.
He's
And then, like,
obviously an
once I
athletic
saw the
guy.
numbers, I was like, I understand why he was released now.
He was batting like 0.069 or something, like something like 1 for 50. You're like, oh, okay. And then he had like some of the most like, and like kicking the ground in center. But you're like, okay, you're got some growing to do. Head to Syracuse. Take the bus up to Syracuse for a couple weeks. See
Give
how
him
that
the,
feels,
oh
and then go.
man, the
Okay, you want to come
Acuna
back to the
treatment.
big leagues? Yeah,
Churn him around at the tunnel.
back to Syracuse. Actually, Beatty said he. Actually, Beatty said his wrist is okay. Wait, no, send him back. Like, actually, yeah, who knows? There's the Mets for you. I don't know. The best pitchers are the fucking ones that aren't signed for 5 years and $50 million. So that's interesting how they're gonna do with that. Clay Holmes had a decent season. I mean, he's not a number 1 starter. We knew that, but he was top
He came
10
up
in
clutch
National League. Yeah,
yesterday. So I mean, he did his part. I feel
he
like
did okay.
deserved
Nolan
another season.
McLean's good.
I
Tom
thought he
Sproat
really
and
good.
McLean are going to be the 3 starters, with maybe Sanga. I mean, I haven't talked to Howard online in a little bit, but Sanga, this thing's crazy, dude. Like, he goes down to AAA and gets shelled twice down there. Like, what the fuck? That's really
Yeah,
bad, right?
something's
Like,
off
that's
about that
really
that ghost fork or whatever he's
and then
got.
you look
That's
at Hefner
like
and you go, okay, Hefner's supposed to be the best pitcher. Okay,
yes.
do you clean house? Like,
That.
what the fuck?
If
It's
you
almost
can't,
like the Patriots at the end of the Brady era, where you're like, okay, like the guys are like the coaching staff's supposed to be good, but you almost just need the new faces in there to try something new. Maybe that was like the Buck thing, and then Mendoza was like that stopgap Mayo, and now I don't know who the managerial candidates are. I honestly don't. I know Terry Collins has a podcast. Um,
does he want to come back?
he would in a heartbeat. Oh, it'd be like I wanted Rex Ryan to be hired as a Jet coach so bad. I still think it's possible, but I digress. That's it for me. It's football season.
Yeah, we had to. Yeah, it's football season for all the dudes out here. But I will be watching a little bit of the playoffs. Let's just run through this real quick, and then you guys give me your kind of World Series championship kind of prediction to keep it kind of short, Howard. So not to be 25 minutes long for our podcast listeners out there. The current one viewer that we have. Shout out to that guy, whoever he is. Shout out P4. Actually, we've got two
Yeah.
viewers. So we'll have to wait.
Yeah,
and
we
see.
got a couple people
Yeah,
in
a
the
couple
chat.
few that people have been hanging out with us here on the Two Sports Podcast. So that's all that matters. But yeah, the number one seed in the American League belongs to the Toronto Blue Jays.
Absolutely insane that football games can be like 17-10 at halftime and go into overtime at 37-37. Like
Yeah.
it's fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
It's Roger Goodell and Rob Manfred.
Here's how it's
I
gonna
honestly,
be.
I think I should just be like the
McManus is
integrity
about to get
coordinator
he's about
of
to
these
get his-
sports.
He's about to get another
Because it's
field
not,
goal.
it's not. This isn't ethical hoops. This is for sure.
Toronto Blue Jays number one seed in the American League. Also along the way, hey, Seattle, but even though he's maybe from way out west, but the Mets fan, Seattle, the Mariners are the number 2 seed.
Tigers Guardians. Who wins that?
I don't know. The Tigers are
Gary Carpenter.
the historic breakdown, meltdown, catastrophic eruption of the Tigers. Up 15 games and don't win the
But that could piss them
division.
off to go then beat the Guardians.
Beat the
Like,
brakes
it
off
can
the
They
happen.
can
Guardians
get
are
locked in.
always
I mean,
so
I like
hot,
their
though.
manager.
It is
Well,
what it is.
kind of.
But I mean, yeah. Then you got the 3 and the 6 matchup here, the Tigers, and then the 4 and 5 is an old school classic. Red Sox at Yankees up there. Of course, that's going to be the main attraction here for the wild card games in the National League. The Milwaukee Brewers are the number 1 overall seed, and
Red Sox Jays versus Mariners Tigers is what I have right now.
The Phillies
In the
are the
division
number
series.
2 seed, and then the 3 seed is the LA Dodgers taking on the Reds, and then it is the Cubs playing the Padres. P4, you had the Tigers and the Mariners, and then the Yankees and
Red Sox. No. Red Sox.
Red
and
Sox,
Blue
Blue Jays. So then you got that. Okay, who you got between the Mariners and the Tigers?
Mariners and Tigers. Oh, jeez. The Mariners going to Toronto. Is Toronto that good? So Toronto beats Boston. Let's get that one out of the way. Fuck.
You mean Detroit, or are we going to the ALCS?
Well, I'm
division?
trying. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Is I'm trying to
He's
think
just
about this
doing his
division
whole
series
Yeah, I was about to
with
say
the
they host
ALCS.
Detroit. They would host Detroit.
Yeah, so they're hosting Detroit, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to think like the Mariners. Do I want them? Okay, so they go to Toronto in the ALCS, or do the Tigers go to Canada? Who's going to Canada? Oh my goodness, overtime. Oh, maybe I go Mariners there. League championship. God, but then the
So you
Blue
got
Jays in
Toronto,
the World Series.
and you got Toronto going to the World Series then?
Yeah, Toronto going to the World Series.
All right, National League here. You got the Dodgers and the Reds.
Where did Howard go?
I don't know. Hopefully he goes back. Maybe there's some connection issues. He kind of has that sometimes. You got
I want
Dodgers
more
and
than
Reds.
anything the Reds to be in the league championship. That would be best case
You're gonna
scenario
pick
for
the
me.
Reds?
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
Okay, pick the
Um,
Reds. Padres or Cubs?
Cubs beat the Padres. Padres, they're like a fun team, but I don't know if they're
Yeah.
right. And then
Phillies or the Reds?
No, Reds are in the championship series already.
Okay, so the
Um,
Brewers and the Cubs then.
Brewers, Cubs, Brewers.
Reds.
I'm hoping for a Milwaukee Toronto World.
Milwaukee, Toronto World Series. Who
The two
wins?
number 1 seeds. And has Toronto ever won one before?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't know. Milwaukee might have. Milwaukee has. Let's go with Milwaukee. After getting rid of David Stearns, the Mets get their GM that they thought had the secret sauce in Milwaukee, and then they win the World Series with half the payroll, and everyone's mad at the Mets again. Yep, Milwaukee
So you
wins the
got
World Series.
Milwaukee there. I'm gonna go through quickly mine, and then Howard can go through his. I've got the Guardians beating the Tigers. Catastrophic meltdown there. I've got the Red Sox beating the Yanks, and then I got the Red Sox over the Blue Jays. I'm gonna take the Mariners over the Guardians, and I'm gonna take the M's going to the World Series. Then I'm gonna take the Dodgers, and then the Padres. I'm going to take the Phillies. Yeah, I'm going to take the Phillies. And then I'm going to take... I got to get somebody that's going to get kind of hot here. I think I'm going to pick the Brewers, too. And then I'm going to pick the Brewers to go to the World Series. But I can't pick the M's to win the World Series. There's no freaking chance. There's no chance the M's win the World Series. Just
I don't know. I mean,
I know
this
they're
Mariners
really
team is
good.
pretty
I know, but like, we're talking about the Seattle Mariners here. We're not talking about like just the history of it. Maybe this is their year. You know what? Screw it. I'll pick them. I don't want to pick the Brewers because I actually really think the Brewers are going to win, but I am going to go against the grain. I'm going to pick the Mariners to win it all against the Brewers. Howard, who do you got? You got the Tigers or the Guardians?
Man, this is an interesting one because I think the Guardians pitching has come together at the perfect time, and like all their guys are just really limiting runs for most of the game, which is huge on any MLB team. The Tigers, I think, still got the good bullpen, but there's a lot of stuff just kind of falling apart with their fielding, their hitting has been insanely inconsistent. Tariq Skubal had a rough start. It's just I don't know. This Tigers team fell apart. Had their worst absolute stretch at the worst time possible. I'm not really sure. I know they did pretty bad post All-Star too, so it's kind of a little wavy right now. Maybe they go up though. I think this is going to be a fun series. I think this at least goes what is best of 3? Excuse
best of
me,
3,
I
yep.
don't even remember.
Yep.
Cool, yeah, because Cardinals blew it. Anyways, I think will go to the game 3, but I think that it will be in the end a Guardians win. It kind of hurts me because I do like the Tigers for most of the year, but the Tigers got to show something. They, in my heart, I want to say it, but right now they're not showing a lot at the worst time. And I think if they carry it into the postseason, which happens more often than not, honestly, I think they're screwed, which sucks for Detroit because it kind of looked like they had it coming together, and now they just kind of look all over the place again. So we'll see. Maybe they find their footing after previous postseason success, and there's a lot of stuff with the Guardians that players that don't have postseason experience. So that's kind of what that comes down to too. But give me the Guardians for that.
All right, Yankees,
and then
Red
are
Sox.
we just and then the Red Sox, Yankees. I think that that's fun. I mean, this is kind of a fun series. I think in terms of offense, I think both guys, both pitching rotations can get lit up at any time. So I think that there's going to be a lot more runs than people are thinking in this series. I really like I know I'm like, oh, Yankees, whatever, but Yankees do have a good team, I think. I really like the Red Sox at the moment. I think they're kind of opposite of the Tigers, where they have these they started the season really bad, get hot towards All-Star break, and then toward the end of the season, they're back hot again. And they're in the playoffs now. And I think they just got it kind of a good hot streak, and I think that they kind of catch some fire. So it'd be tough for me to see the Red Sox out first round. Give me Red Sox.
Then you've got the Reds going to LA against Dodgers.
Reds, LA Dodgers. I think, man, the Dodgers, we've said it all year, and it's here. They're in October. They just had to get to October. They're kind of healthy. Tanner Scott's not really that good, so they don't look that indestructible. But the Reds, I think, they could have, I think, taken it from the Mets a while ago if they really wanted to, like if they wanted this bad and kind of came together as a team. But they just kind of have these, they get good, and then it's like a bad stretch. They get good. It's like they just kind of squeaked in there this year and just got good at the end when they needed to. But I think the Dodgers still look kind of the better team overall on paper, and it'd be kind of crazy for me to come up with a reason why the Reds would do it, in my opinion. I do like Hunter Green, but this is his first postseason start we're about to see, so that kind of interests me as well. Overall, give me the Dodgers, though. They move on to the NLDS.
final wild card game, Padres Cubs.
I think, man, I will have no bias in this. I do think the Cubs are on a decent streak of just getting hot bats. And all year, I know they've had some stretches where it's just like, what in the world is this team? They're making a bunch of mistakes out in the defense. But I think they're pretty good. Padres, though, overall. I think this is one of their better years where they didn't look like, oh, they started off the first half of the season really good, but then they just looked terrible in the second half. Or, oh, they kind of looked all right in the second half, but a little sketchy. And then they looked kind of hot for 2 games, and lost a series to the Dodgers after that and got killed. I think that's just kind of the way this team that goes for the Padres, but they look pretty good on paper this year. I mean, they didn't really finish with they didn't finish with a better. Well, actually, yes. I'm sorry, they did finish with a better record than the Dodgers, but still, like I think that there's a lot that's kind of coming together still. Just after the trade deadline, I think if it would have been an off season where they got the trades that they made, then I think this is a different team. I think they're more clicked, but I think this is still just too new together. So give me the Cubs to have a little NL Central rivalry in the NLDS.
Cool. Then you've got the Guardians and the Mariners.
Yeah, that one. Yes, I did pick the Guardians. I will go Mariners to win a game. It would break my heart with how passionate this team has been in clutch situations. Been huge. It would break my heart to see them go out that early. But also postseason experience. They have had players that have played in the postseason and everything, but this is also still a little-ish new team and younger team. So it's going to be potentially a lot of big errors there. I think Mariners do win that, though. I don't think the Guardians, there's still a lot of flaws. Like I said, we're talking about postseason experience. That's way worse on the Guardians side. I think their pitching's coming together. I think Mariners will come up in too many clutch situations. So give me Seattle, ALCS.
All right, Yankees, Toronto,
I picked Red Sox.
Red Sox.
So, yes, I picked, so Red Sox and Toronto, I think will be interesting. It's kind of crazy. There's 3 AL East teams, at least in this one, that are all kind of aligned in the same one. It's AL East matchup for 2 times in a row. So this one's going to be interesting. Another division rivalry. I think Blue Jays do pull it off, though. They got some big power hitters, man. And kind of like, not necessarily like their old team. I think they have more then, but they got pitching now. So I think that's pretty. I mean, bullpen maybe not, but their stars are decent now. I think it's a well-rounded team. I think they get to the ALCS over the Red Sox, who have struggled this year through their hot streaks.
The Dodgers and the Phillies.
Dodgers Phillies, I think, is going to be a fun one. I think the Dodgers will catch some heat and all that stuff in the second half, and then we'll see if Clayton Kershaw goes out the way postseason Clayton Kershaw started, or if he goes out on a high note, which would be something interesting to Dodgers fans mainly. But I think that the Phillies will pull it off. I think the Dodgers, I know we get there. When they get there, they get there. But I think the Phillies are pretty good right now. I know it's 1 seed and kind of I'm picking the chalk, which kind of stinks. But I think these 4 top seeds are pretty solid in that department. So give me the Phillies to move on.
Okay, the Cubs and the Brewers.
I can only do so much praising for the Cubs. I do think they're a decent team, but the Brewers, I think, are really solid. I think their pitching overall is good. They come up in clutch situations, kind of like the Mariners have done, but I think with the pitching overall, just kind of being the layout, Mariners have a little bumpy pitching. I think in terms of metrics and like statistical stuff, everything, analytics, everything they run over there for the Brewers, I think they can definitely outmatch the Cubs in that department, and they can easily get through the NLCS. So give me the Brewers.
So you got all chalk here, no worries. That's kind of how P4 was where we had a little bit of mix-up, not too much though. You have the Toronto Blue Jays playing the Mariners. This is where P4 and I disagree. Which side are you going to take?
Yeah, Blue Jays is interesting. I think they really could pull it off this year, and I think George Springer could have a huge postseason if he's playing like he has been. But obviously, we have Cal Raleigh, who's going to be either MVP or he has a damn good argument no matter what. So, I mean, I think that Cal Raleigh is really going to kill it potentially in this if he's going to come up in big time conversations down the road. But I think overall the Mariners are not as well rounded as the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays do have a worse bullpen in my opinion, but I think that in the end the Blue Jays will outslug the Mariners and win by like game 6.
Then you have
Yes,
the
yes.
Phillies playing the Brewers.
Correct. And then I will pick, man, to go 1-against-1 would be kind of bland. But I think that is interesting, or top seed against top seed, excuse me. But I think it is interesting that the Phillies really have had just like kind of a sporadic season. They were like up there. They were really getting top of the Mets, and then they kind of came back down to level with the Mets, but then now they're just shooting up again. I do think that they've had some struggles and flaws, but I do think overall this Brewers team is just hanging on by a thread. It's really good, but they got too much just kind of clicking together at the right time and not a lot of like, they don't have a Cal Raleigh for sure. They have good pitching and probably better pitching than Mariners, but they don't have that impact player that if their pitching does get rocked, who kind of comes up. So I think the Phillies got bats to move past the Brewers pitching, especially when they go to Philly. I think a lot of their Milwaukee's pitchers will get rattled. So I think Philly pulls it off. They go to the World
In
Series.
your World Series, you've got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Philadelphia Phillies. Who wins the World Series? See if you join any one of our picks. I don't know if you heard any of them.
Interesting one here. If this were to happen, I think that the Blue Jays, like I said, the bullpen, I think could very well screw them at any point in these playoffs. I said it every series so far. But their team is pretty good. Like I said, hopefully they have a postseason. They have a couple of Kansas postseason hero. I think they have great defense, so I think they'll be able to stay in games. But I think the Phillies. I think this is just the year, man. I know we're kind of all like, when is it going to be the year? Like they got these players, they got these core guys that do good, but they never pull it off. Well, they'll lose in the first round to a good Mets team back last year. But I think that it'll be huge in terms of like the bats for sure. I think both sides, and it's kind of who will outslug who. And if the Phillies can just push past the Brewers pitching, I think they can definitely get past the Blue Jays pitching. So in that case, I think my decision, no bias at all, will be the Philadelphia Phillies for World Series champs,
Three different
which would
dudes,
suck for P4.
Three different MLB champions. The main man for Way Out West has the Toronto Blue Jays. Your boy has the Seattle Mariners, and Howard has the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll see how that works out. We'll definitely have some wild card talk to talk about next week. Very interesting to see. Last thing, because guess K-Stel is whatever's going on with him. We won't do Smarter Dumb again tonight. We need to figure out exactly what's going on there, but we need to get back onto that track. I think we've played only 3 full rounds since season 2 has started, and we haven't done any punishments either. So we need a Taylor Swift PowerPoint and all that jazz, but we'll talk about that off camera just to make sure it's a week where you know 100% that you'll be on. But let's talk about our last UFC fight. P4 and I kind of talking a little bit earlier on it, but nothing too crazy. As I pull up the fight card right here, P4, we want to talk a little bit about the fight that happened in Perth, Australia.
Yep. Started I think at like the main card started at 7 a.m. over there, but I mean that's so crazy that you just get absolutely chip hammered at a UFC event and get released out into public at like noon. But Look Bon Me got the unanimous decision lost. Alexa Thaera up to 13-1. I mean, kind of a good prospect coming up in the weights there. The women's page. I think she doesn't have too many UFC fights. Yeah, her contender series bout in 2024. She got a UFC fight earlier this year. Got a performance of the night bonus, and now has beat Luke Bon Me. So cool little
Look,
prospect
on me,
coming
he's
up.
got a pretty good like background and all that stuff.
Yeah,
for a UFC career
yeah.
up to this point, that's a
Kinda
pretty good
goes into
win.
it. Also probably worth mentioning, Tafa's gone, Junior Tafa. or
Yeah.
Junior
Cut.
Taffa's okay. Justin Taffa's the one who got cut.
Wow.
So who knows? Those guys,
Vulture.
they should be fighting the Apex anyway. Brendo Petrovic beat Eliasson. Eliasha from kind of my neck of the woods, Ingham Claw, Washington. Wish him the best, but he's a big knockout artist. Fought a Muckleshoot a couple times. But Brando Petrovic, big dude, throws hard, speaks like an Australian. He kind of did like the Kai Car of France, like nah thing, and so we'll see what happens there. But I think he's a big heavyweight who punches hard, so he'll be fun to watch. Michelle Montague with unanimous decision win, undefeated. Luana Carolina. Colby Thickness got the unanimous decision win over Josiah Musasa. Josiah Musasa, athletic guy, hard puncher, not a lot of grappling. Thickness kind of took care of him on that. I did bet on the submission. The submission didn't happen. It could have happened. There's a couple times I thought it should have happened. But Josiah Musasa is still a pretty good fighter. I'd like to see what he does next. But Colby Thickness, he's a pretty good fighter too. I'm really excited to see what he does. Jamie Malarkey got the win over Bedoya. Jamie Malarkey, he's stuck around in the UFC for the most part, but he is 6-6, coming off of losses to Nasrat Harpquast. Oh no, PI, Dontavian Wicks downfield.
No call.
4th and 6. All right. And Mauricio Hoofy. But this win over Bedoya, probably keep him on the roster for a little bit longer. We'll see what he does.
Bedoya might be
Australian
out after
fight.
this. He has lost 1, 2, 3, 4 fights in a row since joining
Yeah.
the UFC.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, I guess you keep Malarkey around. What a malarkey. Just for like the Australian cards. But yeah, beating Bedoya after a 2-fight losing streak isn't the coolest. Isn't going to put your name in the paper. Cam Rouston with a cool knockout over Andre Petrovsky. Andre Petrovsky
His
also has
length,
purple
his
shorts.
arm length his reach is gnarly. Dude, that hook was
Rouston?
so far. Yes, dude, that knockout was sick. I'm excited to see Rouston in the future. I like him a lot.
He's a Contender Series guy. He fought in
Yeah, he had a good contender
August,
series.
just a
That's
couple
right.
weeks ago.
Yes.
Over Brandon Holmes, and Andre Petrovsky's no one to like really sneeze your nose at. So have a cool win for him. He did lose to Shabazian in his last fight in June of this year. But Petrovsky did have purple shorts. I'm trying to keep track of that because I don't know why they're doing purple shorts. Navajo Sterling got the win over Bellato. Bellato, you go back to the Apex or go fight the PFL, my brother.
Navajo, I think, is just not cutting it for me. He on indie scene was cool, but he's just, I don't know. Every fight I see of him, I'm like, okay. And nothing's like, oh, that was cool. Like I did not say that once since Navajo joined UFC. So
I
I'm
agree
kind
with
of
you. His Contender
on
Series
him.
fight was kind of cool, but
yeah, I was kind of excited, but then nothing. It's so anticlimactic.
I agree. But Australian. Tom Nolan got the win. Submission rear naked choke over Charlie Campbell. Good win by Tom Nolan. He's now 10-1. He got knocked out in the first round against Nicholas Mota. But since then, he's been on a 4-fight winning streak.
He looked good.
It's
He was a
performance
good
of the night,
sprawler.
guys.
Yep.
Oh yeah, good wrestler.
Mhm.
Neil Magny, Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is protesting the contest. He did get the submission win in the first round. He released the choke because the referee touched him before the.
I think
horn
it
went
was
off in the
just.
first round.
I don't think
Now,
that was
here's
as
the thing.
bad.
Neil
think
Magny
it's
wasn't out.
But I
It
think
was
it's
a bad.
ref.
It was
It's the ref.
yes. The ref called it, so he stopped. Now, would a Magny should? But that's not the thing.
He's saying
been
that the
bad
round
stoppages
ended.
before.
He thought the round ended, so that was
No,
like
No,
the thing.
no,
No, Jake
no,
Matthews did not.
No, the round was
It was-
not
the referee
by
touched
ref.
him before
ref
the buzzer
touched-
sound.
I know there was
They
only
put
like
it in
2
super
seconds.
slow-mo.
Well, he was
with
like
the
ready to
sound
go
on.
because he was counting it in his head. But that is, I know it's stupid.
Magny
but
dropped
that
his
is a
hand,
human
too.
Maggie
Mistake.
would seem like
it's a bad stoppage by the ref, but that's not Jake Matthews'
Yes.
fault. He
I mean,
deserves the
Neil
win.
Magny,
That's how
Neil
that works.
Magny, like, wasn't out. That sucks.
Sure,
But, like,
but then we get the slow
Jake
super.
Matthews.
The
I
ref,
don't know.
the
It's
ref,
a
yeah,
huge-
you do the
I
super
don't
slow
know.
mo or whatever. You do the thing where he goes, okay, when did the referee stop it? Oh, the referee stopped it early, and it was a bad stoppage. Well, he stopped it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, it was like
Um,
stop, second, gone. I don't know. I think you can look at it both sides very strongly. For
No,
sure.
but if it's just a bad stoppage,
Because
it's a bad
deep
stoppage.
down,
Don't
sure.
don't punish the fighter. Punish the referee. We need to have better
Sure.
referees.
Oh, yeah, we do. Well, that's been a conversation. Not referees,
But,
but,
I mean-
judges in specific, but...
I don't know.
And it's the
There's
most
a lot
Neil
of guys
Magny
that do
ass
way
fight where he
worse,
just gets his
but,
ass
yeah.
kicked for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and-
this guy just needs to get,
or
like,
2
get,
rounds
like,
and then
lose,
another
and
4
he just
minutes.
keeps fighting, and it's like, how many, like, I mean, it's good for him. He's what
I mean, he's up
My
and down. He's a
favorite-
great.
my favorite word
your
is
term.
gatekeeper.
Yeah, hold on. There you go. There
me
you
and my gatekeeper, but like, yeah, it's just like one of those guys that kind of always hangs around and it's like challenging the next up and coming guy. I mean, I guess you need those guys, but I mean, at some point,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get when
for
this way is
He's
it's,
getting up in age, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate with it, but I think he's not wrong to protest, if I had to say, for sure.
Yeah, and come on, money and all that stuff goes into it. I mean,
sure,
I'm just saying
for
from
sure.
the integrity of the
It's
sport.
a
but
living.
absolutely, like if you even kind of think there's a case and it doesn't cost you anything to, I'd protest every fucking win.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Jack
I'm not saying
Jenkins
he's in
beats
the
Ramon
wrong.
Tavares.
Tough.
Has a unanimous decision. That fight wasn't nearly as fun as I thought it would.
That was
be,
kind of. Tavares just. I don't know. He went down. Did you see that takedown where like his foot went on the outside? They just fell. I was like, that was like a drunk bar fight or something. But yeah, Jenkins didn't look bad. At least I
spends a
kind of
lot
like
of time on
Jenkins.
his hair. Yeah, I mean, whatever. There's so many Australians on this card. I think there was almost an Australian every single
I
fight.
have an overall take after this, but we'll get through the couple of fights.
Yeah, Jimmy Crute. Excuse me. Jimmy Crute gets the win. Rear naked choke over Yvonne Irslan. Yvonne didn't have a chance. Wow, Dontavian Wicks. He'll run after the catch. Jimmy Crute, performance of the night. Congratulations to him. Yeah, Jimmy Crute's kind of cool. I did have money on him.
He looked good too. Yeah.
And
I
then
thought he was good.
you can talk about the main event because I mean, what are you gonna do, right? You bet money
There
where
is-
money's to be made.
There is a deep down desire. I understand it would be really cool if Dom Reyes just pulled this off after everything that's happened in his career. That being said, we can look at his resume now and be like, ugh. I mean, he did his thing, but it wasn't really against
And
anybody.
John
And
Jones.
Olberg is a guy where style makes fights, and this was a silver platter to Olberg because Reyes was looking for the check hook the entire time. He was going to the side, and then once he was so close to that other hand, it just literally was like Dom Reyes jab, and he was just rocked so hard and was like, yeah, you can't do that if you want to compete for titles. You can't be like afraid of a big punch coming. Like you can't game plan for that hit because anything can happen. You can hit up in the body. You can get leg kicked. That's how UFC works, like MMA works. Anything can happen to you. You can lose in any sort of format besides disqualification or something rules. So like Reyes was just game planning for that the whole time, but the jab was right in his face, and that's unfortunately Reyes' downfall. You can go more into Reyes' kind of career overall, but I think that's just kind of we've seen his ceiling, where we know he can kind of put to work, but he gets
be a
very
gatekeeper for the light
overthinking.
heavyweight bout division if he wants to. But
Yeah, he's probably young. What's his age?
Olberg?
Nah, Holberg's like 33. He's actually a little older.
34.
But
35.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
Okay, 35.
terrible, but not
he
great.
can get a fight against a decent prospect in light heavyweight, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll let main man from Way Out West kind of talk about Dom Reyes if he wants to. But good
Yeah,
performance
I
from
mean,
Olberg.
there's
I mean,
not
this
much.
was kind of like what we wanted from Olberg. Just like do something, and he countered it perfect and did what he had to do. So he went for Olberg, in my opinion.
Okay, it does it for UFC. You had another take on the entire
Yeah,
event?
so I think this was for like a card that everyone was like, okay, fights are getting canceled. I don't know these dudes. This card's gonna suck. Oh, it's getting such bad ratings. these Australian prospects were fun to watch. And I think, like, with Noche and Australian cards, that's what these kind of cards should be about. Not, oh, I don't know this guy. Oh, he's never fought for a title. Oh, who is this Joe Schmo he's lost to? That's the boxing mentality, like we were talking about before, that I hate. I hate, oh, look at this resume. This guy, when he was having, like, insanely dehydrated, like he was a skeleton or something like that and completely out of shape. Like, we don't know what these fighters go through, and like we go off resumes so many times. We don't know who these fighters are on this card. We didn't beforehand. These fighters are mostly pretty sick. Like, I saw a lot of good finishes on the
I hate that
Dang.
shit. Play until the goddamn game's over. Stupid tie bullshit. Whatever, bro. That's so dumb. I hate the tie. Sorry to interrupt.
draw. Oh man, tie is so funny.
Stupid as fuck.
I just love looking at the record, just like three numbers.
It's
But
so
Oh,
dumb.
speaking of, that's something we could talk about in this UFC card. Rodolfo Bellato. Do we know what his UFC record is? 1-1-1-1. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw, 1 no contest.
no contest. That's funny as hell. He's lived it all. But yeah, no, I mean overall, these Australian fighters, I think it's just like we gotta stop being like, oh, I don't know these people, I'm not gonna watch this week or whatever. Like going all through, like when I peep on social media and everything like that. Like I want to know about the card, and people are just shitting on it. And I kind of understand UFC's not in the greatest place right now, but MMA is still MMA. Fight is fight. I told that to P4 a million times, and I know he's tired of me saying it every once in a while, but fight is fight. Things happen. And I think this card did well. I think this kind of thing in the future I want to see. I want to see more prospects from Australia. I want to see more better England prospects. I think these were more better prospects than what England's got. And then Mexico. I don't know a lot. Well, I don't know a lot of Mexicans. These guys don't know a lot of Mexicans, but they can show themselves. And there's a couple like Manuel Torres that's gotten like a little hype out of like these Noche cards. So I like the prospect stuff. I think UFC needs to do more of it in the future. This was a card that had a bad judging a book by its cover kind of thing, but at the same time, in the end, it looked great. It was fun. So, not a bad event.
No.
And the
for
next
me.
big event is the Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown Apex card. Oh, we got a
Yeah,
good
it's like
UFC
there's like a
three
thing in the
on
back of my head, like, yeah,
Talk
great
about
card,
that.
and then Apex. Yeah, that'll be a pull it on,
320.
please.
320. Ankalaev, Piera, Marab, Sandhagen, Yuri, Khalil, Emmett, Yusuf Zalal, Joe Piper,
Abus.
Yuri
Abus,
Khalil's gonna be
Abus is
badass.
good.
Chris Gutierrez, Daniel Santos, Macy Chase on Yana Santos, Patchy Mix on the prelim, Veronica Hardy,
Early prelim.
Austin Vanderford, which means my wife, Paige Van Zandt, will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of does it for UFC. We got fun, exciting stuff coming up, and then support sport. Stream it however you can, watch it, and yep.
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna kind of do it for the Dudes Sports Podcast. No Smarter Dialing in tonight because Kate Snell is obviously not here. We'll get that back on track and rolling. But let's look around.
Delaying is lost.
Yeah, we've had a lot of life stuff being going on around, so it's hard to get those punishments in. We will get them in because it's the only reason we kind of play is to entertain the folks out there. That's a little bit of entertainment. So we'll mad broadcast the when we actually do the Taylor Swift thing, because maybe you can hang out with your girlfriend and let her watch the Dude Sports Podcast with you for the first 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, or whatever Howard's PowerPoint over her is. But speaking of Howard, what is your last words to the people?
Last words. Almost nothing but pain. Actually, nothing but pain this past week, especially in sports. Liverpool had a tough loss. They actually looked pretty rough. I do think they'll
Newcastle.
bounce back. Yeah. Well, no, it was. Oh, you're gonna make me lose my mind now. It was. Was it Newcastle? No, it was not Newcastle. No, it was. gosh, I'm not even gonna think.
Crystal
Anyway,
Palace?
yes, Crystal Palace. Yeah, that was. They actually looked pretty good, and we should have lost like 6-1. Anyways, I think Liverpool bounced back. Bouncing back though is not looking good for the rest of my team. I just found out the Grizzlies projected. I've told PC this projected starting center if Jaren Jackson is hurt is John Londale, and he was a like second string guy for the Phoenix Suns for a good while. So, not saying anything bad about the Suns necessarily. That's just not going to cut it for a starting center. So Grizzlies are very much scaring me, and we're still paying Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Holy shit. Anywho, we got the Cardinals. Waits of a year. I think I do like Ivan Herrera a lot, but overall, pitching's just got to change around. I mean, we could have done so much. It was so stupid to do a Mose Lock farewell tour, but it's over. We got 2026 on the way. I'm excited to get to that because we got JJ Weatherholt coming. So I'm excited, really excited to see if he can really pop off right in the beginning. Speaking of good young talent, though, we will end off with Titans. I'll try to be really speedy with this. Man, Brian Callahan, I can go on and just on and on and on and on. We look like buffoons out there, like P4 said. It puts a high school level playing field with NFL players, like NFL talent. We're just making so many stupid plays and stupid mistakes. Like every quarter, I feel like I just smack my leg so hard because of just stupidity. But I can go on and on and on about this. It definitely just starts up top though with the front office. Like you can go on and on. The Jarvis Brownlee thing, the trade. Callahan says there was no reason given Brownlee said there was no reason given to him for why he got traded. Callahan said that there was no personal issue with Jarvis Brownlee to get traded, even though we traded him. We got like a 7th round pick, P4. Am I mistaken on that?
Yeah, 7 for a 6th.
Yeah, for a 6th round draft guy, which just that's not bad, which is just so stupid. So there's definitely something personal, and they're just not telling Callahan. So it's just like this is the exact disconnect. That's just like, why do I even like get excited for new things? You know, especially if they're going to be put in shit situations. Like, so I don't know. The Titans really have downed me pretty bad this off season. Jesus, this NFL season. And I think that, I do want to see Cam Ward get better, but Cam Ward said it best today. We're playing like ass. Even today, he played like ass. I will say if we get anything today, I did honestly kind of enjoy in a weird way seeing Cam Ward just not have good touch on his passes a lot of times. He did make a cool over body cross, and he's a good QB. He's going to be a good QB. But he has a lot of room to work on. And I think that's important now that we're like, when are we going to fire Callahan to actually fix that? Because it's not going to happen with Callahan. I mean, today was just absurdly just ridiculous. We had like 6 trick plays. 6 trick plays. At least in the first half. Or like within the first 3 quarters. Before we were just absolutely just obliterated. And just playing for field goals still. And Joe Sly can't make it because we attempted 60-plus yarders. It's dumb. My teams are just really not doing good right now overall. Liverpool, I think, will get back on their feet. They'll learn. But, yeah, just, living a tough kind of adulthood life. And when you got sports on the side of it for some reason, it doesn't make you better. But when you're a delusional sports fan like the 3 of us here, that's just how it works around here. So I will keep sticking with the Titans no matter what. But I am not ashamed to say I had my first look at a mock draft, which was really devastating. But we'll see. That is my final thoughts on my sports teams.
Main man for Whale List, what's your last thoughts for the people?
Shit, man. Goodbye, folks.
Man of very few words, but everybody listens when he speaks. Unbelievable. This has been the Jude Sports Podcast. We are live.
New York Sports Summary.
9:30 Central Time, 7:30 for you West Coasters out there, and we will see you next time.